Oretha's Kitchen. Today I have a wonderful recipe for you. But before I tell you what that recipe is, I want to thank all of my subscribers for watching my videos. And I hope that you continue to hit that notification bell for the new recipes that's coming up. But today I have this special recipe is how to make some delicious, fluffy hush puppies. Okay, so like now you're gonna add all your dry ingredients together. Okay, and what we have 2 cups of white cornmeal. Okay, and then we have 1/4 cup of self-rising flour. And 1/8 cup of sugar. And you can add a little bit more sugar, if you like. Okay. And then we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoonful of baking soda. 1 teaspoonful of baking powder. Okay. And 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay. And this we're gonna whisk it together until it's well combined. Okay, and now we're gonna get ready for our wet ingredients, but we're gonna make a well in the middle of this meal mixture. Because we're going to put our wet ingredients right in there. Yes, you see. Now, let's get our wet ingredients together. Okay, let me see. We're going to, for our wet ingredients, we're going to use 1 cup of buttermilk. We're going to put it in this little bowl, measuring cup here. Okay. And then we're going to take 1 whole egg. Right here, and we're gonna beat the egg just a little bit, and then we're gonna add it into our buttermilk. Okay, and then we're gonna mix it. And these are some very delicious hush puppies. Yeah, if you if you ever come to North Carolina and you get some barbecue, pork barbecue or turkey barbecue, then you always ask for some hush puppies to go along with it, and coleslaw and french fries. Okay, so now we're gonna pour it into the middle of our meal mixture there. Okay. And we're going to stir it until it's well combined. And if it's too dry, we can add a little bit more buttermilk to this mixture. But we don't, we want it, not so dry, but we don't want it real wet because we got to make our little hush puppies there. So like now it's a little bit dry, so we might need to add just, like another tablespoon of buttermilk, just a tablespoon at a time. And keep on stirring until you mix all of it. You want to make sure all the meal is included into the mixture. Nothing, no dry meal left on the side. Make sure everything is very well mixtured. And I'm going to add just a little bit more. And it forms sort of like a dough. Yep, and it should look sort of like this. Where you can also pat it and you can make cornbread, cornbread cakes. That's the texture it should be at, So it should look just like that. Okay. So like now this is a cast iron pan. It's maybe 3 inches deep. So you're gonna make sure you heat it first, and then you're gonna put this oil in. This is 32 fluid ounces of canola oil in there, and you want it to get real hot and to reach the 365 degrees Fahrenheit. And I have a thermometer where, you know, I'm going to be measuring to make sure the grease is hot. Because you don't want your hush puppies to turn out to be kind of soggy type. So you want to make sure it's hot so it can quickly brown. And then you can also, as it browns, and you can also put it on a rack, you know, so it can cool off with this rack right here. Okay, so that I cast iron get to know hard. I love cast irons because they cook so evenly. And they are, you know, these are good pans. This is like a deep fryer. So this is really right. And if you're interested in getting it right, you can always find it at Amazon. You know, you can order it at Amazon, different sizes, whatever, right? And I have had this for a while. Anyway, so anyway, I'm going to let it heat up a little bit. I'm going to put this whole entire 32 ounces in there because you want it to cover your hush puppies, and you want it, to cover your hush puppies and brown them nicely. So I'm going to pour it in here, and I'm going to be checking the temperature. So just wait for this to heat up, and we're going to check the temperature, and then we're going to go from there. Okay, it is almost hot, 65 degrees. Now, for the shape it, you can shape your hush puppies any way you like to. I like to roll mine and shape it like a little log. And then you just drop it in there, and make sure that, it gets brown. And just, continue to, to roll any form of shape that you like. So like I said, I like mine shaped round like that. And I just drop it in there. Yeah, and try not to put too many at one time. And so what I do, I get like a tablespoon full. Let me show you so you can be able to see it. Okay. So I just roll it up here in like a little large shape, and I just dap it in there like that. And when it browns on both sides, okay, like this, and then it's done. Yeah, and there it is. See? And then you put it on your rack. Okay. See, it's done. If your grease is nice and hot, it doesn't take long to cook them. And we'll see how many it makes. It determines how big your hush puppies are. That determines how many you make. I mean, don't let it burn. Okay. Yeah, so like me, I can cook some fish, fried fish, or I can have some fried chicken to go with my hush puppies, and get me some coleslaw, and call it a day. Okay. And there you have it. These delicious, homemade, nice, fluffy hush puppies. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try one. And it's nice and hot. I'm going to let you see what it looks like inside. Boy, and let's give it a taste. Nice and crispy on the outside, and soft and fluffy and delicious on the inside. No. And boy, you have some coleslaw, some fried fish. I tell you, these are better than the ones you get from the store. You don't have to buy the ones already made. You saw how easy it is to make your own. Okay. So anyway, take care. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. But still be sure to like and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can get the next recipe. So take care, be blessed, be safe, and I'll see you for the next recipe. Bye-bye.